Straight ahead on 12 News.
Eyes are watching, eyes are watching.
A reason for Robbinsdale area schools to celebrate what happened 40 years ago that's helping shape children and parents today. Also, big plans for Maple Grove's gravel mining area, but there's also one potential hiccup. But first, fixing the leak, the problem in Robbinsdale that has led to expensive repairs. 12 News starts right now. Hello, everyone, and thanks for joining us. Nearly a month ago, a broken water main damaged homes and flooded streets in downtown Robbinsdale.
Today, crews continue the work to fix the problem. And Sonia Goins shows us how crews are using technology to make sure it doesn't happen again.
September 18th is a day many Robbinsdale residents will remember well. Thousands of gallons of water poured into the streets after a water main broke near County Road 9 and Highway 100. This was the second time the pipe broke.
We do not want to have it happen again. We didn't want it to happen the first time, and 2 was too many.
The pipe is about 50 years old, but officials with the Joint Water Commission say there's still plenty of life left in the old pipe.
Still pretty young and infrastructure type business.
But engineers want to make sure there aren't any more issues, so they launched a number of tests.
We're trying to take every precaution we can take that it doesn't happen, that we can look for where possible weak points are.
They hired a company based out of Calgary to perform what's known as electromagnetic pipeline inspection.
They had 2 different crews. The first group went in the pipe and looked for visual damage to see if there were any cracks or anything.
Now, this isn't actually video from Robbinsdale, but the second crew followed behind with a machine like the one you see in the video. It's kind of like an MRI. It allows technicians to see the pipe from the inside to the outside.
They're pulling along this apparatus that sends out waves into there to determine if there's any problems with the structural.
The test cost about $85,000, but officials say it's worth it if they can determine what's causing the problem.
If they come back with nothing, we really are we don't know where to look if there is a problem.
And that was Sonia Goins reporting. City crews expect to learn the results of that test on Friday. The road should be repaired by next week.
Meantime, a case of vandalism in downtown Robbinsdale is now fixed. This is what the damage looked like more than a week ago. 2 people spray painted the city's new downtown mural. Alert residents saw it happen and called police, leading to arrests. Now, after a half day of work, that mural is fixed. The artist, Sean McCann, had to go back and repaint over the damage. The man and teenage boy face possible charges for the vandalism.
A former Golden Valley Chipotle worker is suing the restaurant chain, accusing the company of requiring employees to work off the clock without pay. The suit seeks back pay and unspecified damages. It also seeks class action status, meaning tens of thousands of current and former hourly workers could receive a potential payout. This is the second federal suit filed in Minnesota, accusing Chipotle of improper pay practices.
In Maple Grove, a major development project is proposed for the last untapped section of the city's gravel mining area. Opus Group, which was behind the Arbor Lakes development, is now working on a new proposal for the northeast corner of Elm Creek Boulevard and Hemlock Lane. Opus is proposing a hotel, restaurants, and more than 100,000 square feet of retail to the south and large office buildings to the north. It's the office part that has city planning officials concerned. The city envisions high-density housing for that part of the site.
A Plymouth golf course has closed up shop to make room for new housing. Bayesian Oaks, a 9-hole golf course along I-494 and Yucca Lane in Plymouth, closed late last month. The family-owned course opened 14 years ago. A family representative told us the 68-acre site has been sold to developers for new residential housing. This is the second golf course that has closed in the city. Last year, Elm Creek closed to make room for more housing, and that leaves 2 remaining golf courses in Plymouth.
We will have 2 left. One is still full 18. The other one is a 9-hole course. The Three Rivers one is a 9-hole course, so we still have 2 left. But yeah, change is different. The
Bayesian Oaks site is surrounded by other residential development. Being a first-time parent is a blessing, but it can also be challenging and sometimes overwhelming.
That's why Robbinsdale's Early Childhood Family Education Program exists, and as Delane Cleveland reports, it's now celebrating a special milestone.
Apples are falling, apples are falling.
Time spent in a classroom prior to kindergarten is a chance for toddlers
From the tree, from the tree.
and infants to develop skills that will help them as they grow older.
We know through current brain research how important the first 5 years of life are. It's laying all the connections and the foundation for all future learning.
Robbinsdale's Early Childhood Family Education Program is a place where children go to learn. However, the little ones aren't the only people benefiting.
Parents say that they come here for their children and they stay for themselves.
Case in point, Jake Jackson of Golden Valley.
I grew up without a dad.
He's a first-time parent to a 7-month-old girl named Savannah.
It was kind of hard for me because I didn't know what to expect or know what kind of father I would be.
Jackson is one of 450 families enrolled at ECFE who come one day a week.
You know, by me being home with her and doing daycare and being here at ECFE, it's going to help her progress, it's going to help her grow, as well as helping me grow to become a better parent, you know.
This program was designed to teach him the necessary parenting skills to raise his daughter.
Parenthood this is totally new to me, and being a father without the experience of having a father in my life.
Only an hour or two with children were impacting the whole family's growth and development.
The Minnesota legislature funded ECFE in Robbinsdale as a pilot program 40 years ago.
40 years ago, there were 6 programs that started ECFE, and we were one of the programs in 1974.
This month, the program is celebrating 40 years of strengthening families and supporting the growth and development of children.
I think it's the relationships that keep the program going.
Relationships that parents develop with other parents as well as their own children.
I'm learning a lot about her, and I'm learning about myself too, so it's a blessing. It is.
In New Hope, Delane Cleveland, 12 News.
The 40th anniversary celebration takes place Saturday, October 25th from 10 a.m. to noon at the New Hope Learning Center. Up next, a common mistake computer users make at Wi-Fi hotspots.
And then a little bit later in sports, a night of thrillers at Section Soccer Championships. We'll have highlights.
But first, a day to remember weather-wise, Thursday should be close to perfect.
You can find free public Wi-Fi just about anywhere.
Coffee shops, hotels, even hospitals offer free access, but user beware. As Shannon Slatton reports in today's Money Savers, there are simple ways to protect your identity from hotspot hackers.
It's just an extra perk for the customers.
Aside from the extra perk you get from coffee, it's now a given for coffee shops to offer something else to perk customers up.
We've done it from the first day we opened up the store here.
Free Wi-Fi allows Mary Ellen Everhart's customers to make Mountain Mud their office.
We do have many customers here that just come in and do all their work, and that's just great. We got plenty.
For many people, coffee shops like this one in New Hope are an office. Bring your laptop, grab a coffee, and then tap into the free public Wi-Fi. But there are dangers out there in using public networks.
It's a great service, but you do need to be careful.
Dan Hendrickson with the Better Business Bureau says when using public Wi-Fi, the first step is to make sure you are on a legitimate system.
Hackers will actually go into a coffee shop or a business and kind of set up their own fake hotspot or internet access, and they might even name it a coffee shop or give it a name similar to the business you're in. So it's always important to go verify the network is one actually offered by the business.
Then watch where you go online.
You don't want to really do any shopping online at a coffee shop or business, and you want to avoid signing into your bank account just because hackers are very good at what they do, and they may be able to hop onto what you're doing and access that information.
Frequent coffee shop goers like Brent Green.
I come in coffee shops pretty often to use Wi-Fi and just enjoy the atmosphere and enjoy good coffee.
He knows the drill. When he arrived, Brent went up and asked the name and password of the system.
So I know which one is the correct Wi-Fi. There was a dozen or more to choose from.
And Brent also makes sure he has the latest antivirus, anti-spyware software on his computer.
I have a password protector. I use LastPass, lastpass.com. that keeps the password secure.
So he's confident his mobile office is secure.
I use Wi-Fi almost every time when I'm at a coffee shop.
In New Hope, Shannon Slatton, 12 News.
Well, coming up, the biggest and certainly the brightest of all Hindu festivals.
But first, see which local soccer teams are moving on in the playoffs. John Jacobson is in next with sports.
A lot of times, section soccer finals are low-scoring battles where goals are hard to come by. The Wayzata boys face St. Louis Park for the Section 6AA championship in a game with plenty of fireworks. Off a long, bouncing goal kick, St. Louis Park's Connor Bellingham taps it over to John Kinney. He lofts it over the keeper and in for an Orioles goal just 2:02 into the contest. Wayzata quickly answers. Lewis O'Connor ahead to Ethan Took, who chips it over the charging goalkeeper, and it's in. It's 1-1 just 3.5 minutes into the game. A couple of minutes later, Took spins outside on the defender and crosses it to Clay Elmore for the redirect goal. The Trojans go up 2-1, and that's the halftime score. After Park ties it in the second half, Took crosses it to Arthur Perrins, who heads it to Elmore for a header of his own, and the Trojans are back in front 3-2. Elmore adds his third of the game on a direct free kick as Wayzata reaches the state tournament for the first time since 2009 with a 4-2 win.
They came out and scored early, but Ethan had 2 great runs and helped us get it back. So it was exciting, but just got to do the business at state now.
In Section 5AA, the Maple Grove boys look to continue their unbeaten season. Crimson meeting second-seeded Mounds for the title. Maple Grove strikes off a Kevin Hoof corner kick. Ball deflected over to Daniel Cortez, and he'll turn and put the shot in. 1-0 Crimson, and they are just getting started. Moments later, Trevor Gift's long throw-in leads to another goal. It's knocked around out front, and Reed Diamond pushes it to Cortez, and he'll drill a perfectly placed shot into the upper corner for a 2-0 Crimson lead on a night where they played very well. Maple Grove looking for more. Garrett Maupin to Hoof to Ryan Dubois, but he's denied on the close-in chance here. Crimson will maintain a 2-0 lead at the half. Second half, and Maupin's free kick from the corner hits the near side goalpost, bounces out front. Diamond gets his foot on it to put it away for a 3-0 Maple Grove lead, and they're well on their way. Maple Grove celebrates the Section 5AA title with an impressive 3-0 win.
We knew that Mounds was a big physical team. They defended very well, and so we were worried about how we were going to break down their defense, but we managed to get it done early, and then we scored a third goal late, so we broke them down.
Now to girls soccer, where Hopkins was playing in its 4th straight Section 6AA final. The top-seeded Wayzata was looking for their 7th straight win and second this season over the Royals. First half, a crossing pass by Emily Sullivan, headed in by Bailey Hyde for the first goal of the match. Wayzata's up 1-0. Early second half, Hopkins' Ashley Aiken tripped up in the penalty area, resulting in a penalty kick for the Royals. Rachel St. Clair guesses correctly on which way to shoot, and she scores, tying the match at 1. Although Hopkins dominated the second half, Wayzata gets a good chance to win it in the final 30 seconds, but Ruby Stauber's shot goes off the goalpost, and we go to overtime. So it actually goes to 2 overtimes. Hopkins' Isabel Olson finds Corbin Boyd alone in front, and Boyd buries it to send Hopkins to the state tournament for the first time in school history. After the match, we asked Boyd what she was thinking about in the seconds before her game-winning goal.
Don't miss. I don't know. I don't think I would have ever forgiven myself throughout my whole life if I missed that shot. So, I don't know, I can't even breathe right now. I'm so happy. I don't know what to say.
If you don't give it your all now, when are you going to give it your all? So we just went for it. Everyone gave it their all and played so aggressive, everyone on the team, and yeah, we ended up finishing it.
In Section 5A girls soccer, Park Center is the top seed. The Pirates hope to get back into the title game as they faced Heritage Christian in the semifinals. First half, Sarah Dunphy's ball somehow goes through to Heritage defense onto the foot of Josie Pay, and she puts it away. It's 2-0 Pirates. Later in the first half, Molly Monson plays it into the box, and Pay is there again to give PC a 3-0 lead. Second half, Abby Arsenault settles the loose ball and then scores with the left foot. Park Center goes on to win 4-0, advancing to the section final Thursday night against Totino Grays. And that's a look at sports for today.
All kinds of great highlights. Thanks a lot, John. Voters in the East District of Brooklyn Park will choose a new city council member.
The incumbent is not running, but the two candidates in the race, Reva Chambliss and Terry Parks, have been active volunteers on several city commissions.
My name is Terry Parks, and I'm running for Brooklyn Park City Council. My wife and I have lived in Brooklyn Park for 32 years, raised two wonderful sons here, and I have volunteered from coaching youth to fighting fires, from scouting to Tater Days. I served on the Human Rights Commission, Charter Commission, and Park and Rec Commission, and currently sit on a task force for aging dealing with senior citizen issues. I served my country during the Vietnam conflict. I'm a retired fire captain from Minneapolis Fire and a retired district chief from Brooklyn Park. I have attended thousands of events in Brooklyn Park, but none more exciting than the groundbreaking of the homeless teen shelter. I want to see more retail in our city, a balanced budget without raising taxes, and safer streets. I have been a public servant my entire adult life. I plan on taking my hard work ethic and dedication to the next level. Vote Terry Parks November 4th.
Hi, my name is Reva Chambliss, and I'm so excited to talk to you about why I want to become Brooklyn Park's next city council member in the East District. I've been appointed to several committees by the city officials, the core planning team, the Public Safety Task Force, and also the Human Rights Commission. I believe we should have safe and stable neighborhoods, prosperity and equity for all, and I want to help Brooklyn Park become a destination place where people come to live, work, and play. They want to have restaurants, people have told me. They want to have retail, entertainment venues, and I want to help build community spaces for people to come. You can find out more about me and what I represent, Reva Chambliss, at www.voteforreva.com or on Facebook.
Up next, a time for local Hindus to celebrate.
We'll show you how up next. And finally, a colorful story about light triumphing over darkness.
The Diwali Festival of Lights is observed by Hindus worldwide and at the Maple Grove Hindu Temple. Celebration is held every autumn and includes Bollywood dancing, native food, and a celebration of prosperity.
There are several stories about Deepavali. One that is quite popular is victory of good over evil. It comes from the story of Ramayana. Also, the festival is celebrated for goddess Lakshmi, the goddess of wealth and prosperity.
And the public is invited to join in the celebration at two events, one at the Minneapolis Convention Center on Saturday, then a religious celebration at the Maple Grove Hindu Temple, and that's next Thursday. I know that the one downtown will attract thousands of people. It always does. It's a very colorful celebration.
And beautiful being at the temple too, Maple Grove.
That's it for now. Thanks so much for joining us, everyone.
We'll see you back here tomorrow. Community Corner is coming up next.